Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Roth Talk Podcast. This is season 2. I made it through season 1. Now I'm back for more, man. And I'm telling you, I have some more amazing guests that's going to be pulling up. So many more dope, man. So many dope stories we're going to get ready to hear. But tonight, my girl TK is going to be in the building. Tynisha Keli is going to be in the building. We're going to talk that talk. She got a lot to talk about. We've been texting. We've been talking about this moment. I see she's in the building. So let me invite my girl up real quick. TT. Get this thing started. So, man, hello again. Like I said, we at season 2 of the Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk. So tonight, guarantee my girl TK gonna talk that talk. So hello to everybody in the room. Show some love. What's up? Thank y'all for pulling up. TK, you get my invite? Or send me an invite, TK. All right, hello. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Hey, we getting this thing started. We're gonna get this thing started. Oh man, I can't wait. We had a conversation a couple of days ago, so I can't wait to get her take on that. Holla at me. Hit my DM. But TK, what's up? TK, you got my invite? If not, send me an invite, TK. Oh, it's all right. Hold on. We have a little technical difficulties, but we're gonna keep this thing going. But again, I want to shout out to everybody, all my guests that was in season 1. I had the legendary Bob Sumner. I had the legendary Paul Porter. I had JD Lawrence. I had Q Lee. I had JR Swift, the producer. Oh man, Hannon Lane, the producer. The rapper Intellect. My artist Megan B. So man, it's so many people. Hopefully TK can pull back up. I think she having a little connection. All right, so well with that being said, we're gonna wait for TK to pull back up. But yeah, man, I have so many dope people. There we go. Bomb. There we go. All right. But you can check it live on YouTube. Go ahead and go over to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube Raw Talk
What up,
Podcast.
bro?
What's up, TK? What's up with you?
How are you? Let me know if I'm having
I'm
connection
doing
issues,
good.
by the way, because it's I'll be in dead spots
Yeah.
sometimes. I had to switch it. I had my setup, but it wasn't. I don't know if it doesn't allow you to do it from. I'm new to this IG shit, so you know.
It's all good. I appreciate you. I
I figured
appreciate
it
you
out though.
though.
I got on this bitch. I got on.
You on here. We on here. Hello. We in
Hello.
here. And we gotta talk that talk, TK. You know we gotta do that, right?
I'm ready for it.
You
I'm
ready
always
for
ready
it?
for it.
All right, well, let's get this thing started. So welcome everybody to the Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk. This is season 2. I got my girl starting the season off proper like. First episode, we have the magnificent, the marvelous, the super talented Tynisha Keli. Hello, TK. How you doing, Queen?
Not the marvelous. You silly as hell. You silly as hell. Thank you. What up, y'all?
Yes. How you doing? How you been?
I'm good. I've been good.
Been good. I see you.
Relatively. I mean, dealing with some personal shit in my life, but I'm good.
Hey, I hear you. I hear that personal stuff be coming, but we're gonna keep this thing rolling, because I seen you been moving around and we're gonna get to all that. But I always like to
Oh,
start
it's
my
been a lot of
show.
moving. Yeah, it
It's a lot of
has.
moving, there's a lot of things going on. I've been seeing you flying in different locations. So I can't wait to get to that and what you got going on currently. So I always like to start the show is for people who, haven't been on the internet, living under a rock, uh, can you just tell people who is Tynisha Keli? Can you just give us a little breakdown of who is Tynisha Keli? Hello.
I am known as the singer of I Wish You Loved Me. So that is pretty much who I am. I'm also a songwriter, so I've written plenty of records for myself and other artists, including. Um, I have done a couple of things, with film. I started out doing an EPK, which included a little series that we were doing with Dean Cain at the time. I was 15, so I like kind of dabbled in a little bit of acting when I was younger. And then when I got older, I landed a role in Fame, so the remake. Not the
Okay.
old one. I'm not that old, but yeah, the remake. But so I dabble in a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, well, no, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because always like to take it from the beginning to where you at currently. So I always like to hear
It's a
about
journey.
it's a journey because people want to hear the journey right from you. You know what I mean? So let's start at the beginning, TK. Like a young TK, what do you remember? What kind of music you was listening to? Any type of artist you was influenced by? A young TK, like I always like to say, elementary school. Let's start there.
Fine if I said I didn't, and anybody that ever says that they don't have an influencer is a lie. I mean, I grew up listening to, Gerald Levert, anything my mama plays. So essentially, Luther Vandross, like I said, Gerald Levert and Smokey Robinson, stuff like that. So I grew up listening to stuff like that. And then when the 90s came, she got more into like the Jodeci's and
Mm.
the Blackstreet and
Ooh, hello.
all that's and introduced that to my life. So that's basically what that was my blueprint. And when Brandy came along, it was like the female one that I had. Because
Mm.
before that, I used to go to sleep with, the headphones that had styrofoam on them and stuff.
Styrofoam on them, yeah, yeah.
So I used to go to sleep with them Jones on, and I would fall asleep to the cassette tape of 112.
Mm.
Um, that was the one with Cupid on that
Cupid,
album.
hello. Yep.
So that R&B was essentially just my life. That was it. Fade
Okay.
that.
Now let me ask you this. A lot of people I found out was in groups early on. Like that's when groups was cool. Now, were you ever in a little young singing group when you were younger? Like, did you ever
Of
like
course
form
it
a group?
was.
Or... Okay, well, let's talk about it real quick. Let's talk about
Okay.
it.
So the guy, Scott Ross, who was the Funky Bunch of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch,
Hello.
he found me. So let's just let's just pin that there. So anybody else that's
Okay.
ever said they found me and they made me and did all these things, no. Scott
All right.
Ross from Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch
And how old were
actually
you? How old
took
were you?
custody of me when I was 13.
Wow. Wow.
I
Okay.
signed my first deal when I was 15. So I had moved away from home for about a year and a half.
Mm.
And I signed my first deal with MCA with Girl Society, the first group that they tailored around me. So, it was
Wow.
like, I
How was
really
that?
did.
How was that experience being around, going from a solo singer to now having, a group?
Well, I didn't consider myself an artist when I was singing. I was just, I don't know. I would go in the studio and like cut something like the first song I ever cut for real in the studio was Stacey Lattisaw, Let Me Be Your Angel. And I was
Mm.
12 at that time, I think. 12 or 13, one or the other. And I sang Stacey Lattisaw, Let Me Be Your Angel. But before that, the first time I ever held a mic, it was from a DJ. So I was in, like, the DJ setup. And
Yeah.
so it had speakers with the mic, and I got the mic, and I got to touch it. And I was young. And he put
Mm.
on Groove Theory, Tell Me. And
Oh,
that was one of my favorite records at the time. So when he threw that shit on, I just went in my own world. Oh, yeah.
come
So
on.
I fell
Come
in love with
on.
it after that. It was just like, this is what I want to do. I don't know if it
Hello.
leads somewhere, but I don't care.
Okay, okay. So all right, now you in the girl group, y'all going on. Now how was the success of the girl group and how long did you guys last during that time?
Um, we were together for 2 years, almost. We were together for almost 2 years. So, the success grew, um, I mean, pretty substantially as far as like not really having a major push behind us. We didn't really have that big push behind us, so the machine. So they put together a school tour, and
Mm.
you know they wanted to market, all the spots that I grew up at, but the other girls in the group weren't accustomed to. So, you know, we wound up in a situation where it was like
Mm.
somebody's about to start getting booed off the fucking stage, and it ain't gonna be me.
Mm.
So while you getting booed, bitch, you might have to boot
You
so I can
better.
get the fuck up on this motherfucker and let people know I'm singing in this bitch. Okay.
Right, right.
Um, but I was in that for about 2 years, and I met Bo Dozier after that.
Mm.
I met Bo Dozier actually while we were working. He did a song called "Boy You Got Me" on the album. I was having problems with the girls at the time in the
Mm.
group because I was the youngest. I
Mm.
was really young, and they were 18, 19 years old. So it's like, you pluck a little girl from nothing and you put her in somewhere that she can get everything she ever wants. You better
Right.
believe I'm a hungry little fucking bitch, and I would kill anybody for it.
Right.
So, I just wasn't getting along with the girls. So, not all of them.
Right.
Amy, I love so much. She was actually like my sister the whole time. But the other girls I can't really say so much for. But at that point, I realized how much weight that I held in the group. And I just decided, like, I'm not going to keep putting myself through this because I'm going to end up hurting one of these girls. So
Mm.
let me just leave and figure it out. And at that time, leaving them essentially meant I had to leave my first manager who found me, and
Mm.
who put me in this situation. It was really difficult, to be
Yes.
honest.
No,
Really
I could definitely understand that because, like you said, you had someone who was, mentored you and brought you to the situation, and but you're having personal issues with, of course, the members of the group. So let's talk about, what happens after that. Like, were you feeling like, you didn't think you could do it on your own, or were you feeling like
Oh
I'm ready
no,
to go?
no, I didn't.
Hello.
No, I didn't have that mentality when I was that age. I mean, when I was younger, I had already been through so fucking much at that time of my life that it was just like all this shit is minute to me. I mean,
Right.
everybody thinks I got a problem because I fucking lash out or I use aggression as my form of expression or my singing. Obviously, that's why I can scream, sing my fucking tail off is because the aggression is it's just kind of what I've been through in my life.
Right. Right.
I wouldn't take it back though
Mm.
at all.
Okay. Now, did you go through artist development at that time, where you was, when y'all had to deal?
Uh, I went through studio artist development, that's for sure. I think we did about 3 songs a day, if that.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
we were in that, but we were in that motherfucker for about, I want to say about 3 days straight at one point.
Sheesh.
And he had his studio in his house at the time, so it was just easy to do everything. And I could
Right.
just walk out and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing. And I would go sleep and wake up, go right back in the fucking studio. And this was just me demoing stuff.
Right.
And when I left, I just was a demo singer. Nobody knows
Mm,
that. See, a lot of people
mm.
think that all these songs that come out now, like, oh, she redid them. No, I didn't. Like, I didn't. And this is why a lot of people in the fucking industry are like, yeah, stay away from her. Cause I tell the truth. I don't give a fuck. Call me whatever you want. I'm
Hello.
a snitch. I ain't a snitch, but I'm gonna tell the truth. You
And
know.
that's why we talking that talk, TK. And we gonna keep, because we gonna get there. I see you got the drink there. I gotta get my drink. But hello. But all right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. So let's talk about what happens after that. What's going on? You leave the group, and then what you got
So
going
I
then?
started demoing, and I fell in love with music. It was like I found the love again for it, and it was just me doing it this time. Like I didn't have to depend on anybody else to come in and wait for my turn, or wait to be called, or sit in the fucking. It was just different. Um, that turned into a production deal,
Mm,
and the production deal obviously was to aim to get me signed. Um, I was in the production deal for another year after that because I left
so,
the girl when I was 16, and then his parents ended up taking custody of me because I was still
mm,
underage. And once I turned 18, we were done cutting. For the most part, we were done cutting for what we wanted for the
right.
EP. And Clarence
Wow.
Avant actually brought us to Warner Brothers.
Hold on,
And
hold on, hold on, hold on. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Salute
yeah,
alert, salute alert. Hold on. I had to make sure my
yes,
earpod was in when I heard that.
respect, absolutely, yes,
Talk
absolutely.
about the legend, the goat.
The GOAT, the
Like, how did that happen?
Godfather, the
Yeah, we
Godfather
can't
of
skate past
music. Come
that. I'm
on now.
sorry, we couldn't skate past that. Like, how did you meet him? Like, how? Let's talk about this. How did
Um,
this situation
Clarence is
happen?
actually Lamont Dozier's friend. Lamont Dozier was my producer's son at the time. Well, still is obviously, but he was my producer. He was
Hold
his son.
on, rewind again. Lamont Dozier,
His son, yes,
his son.
was
All right.
my yeah. I was signed to his production company, but I was living with Lamont at the time and his wife. They had custody of me, so
All
yeah,
right, all right,
yeah.
all right, all right. I'm sorry, because you saying some heavy, heavy names right now, and much
It's
respect,
crazy, right? Because
much
when I was
respect.
younger, I didn't think anything of it honestly, because I was young. I listened to the music, but I didn't really know like the I didn't know
Right.
until I found out, and then I was
Till
like,
you found out,
oh
like,
shit, like
this is a
what
big
the
deal.
fuck
Hello.
for me? Like for me, I'm just Tanisha from New Bedford. Like what the fuck for me? Like that it just their love for me was what essentially was kept that bridge. They loved
Wow.
me, and Lamont would do interviews, and they would ask him about artists he's listening to, and he would say my name, and I'd be like, just their love for me alone, and their belief in me as an artist, and knowing what I had already gone through up until meeting them at
Right.
16 years old. So
Wow.
yeah, so Clarence Avant walked me and Bo into Warner, and it was kind of like we didn't have a choice. It was like that was the first. It was the first place we went to, and they wanted me. And once that word is bond, I really can't go against it. There's really nothing I can do. So, you know. But the chairman, Tom Wally, all my love to him as well. He was like a father to me. He definitely asked me like, "What do you want from us?"
Mm.
And it was a like an anomaly to him that a 17-year-old looked at him and said, "I just don't want to struggle anymore."
Mm.
That's really that's just what I want. Honestly, I just don't want to struggle anymore. I want this to be a little easier for me to get to where I need to be, and do
That's
what I need
real.
to do to get my family out, you know.
Yeah.
And he
Wow.
just fell in love with me as a kid, like he wanted to adopt me essentially. Like he was like so in love with me, but they just didn't. When I signed to Warner, so we'll move on to Warner.
Hmm.
Um, I actually waited till I was 18 because I didn't want my mom stealing my money. So
Mm. Mm. Talk that talk.
I waited till I was 18 because she was actually really bad on drugs in the streets, and I didn't know what to do
Mm.
in the situation. But I waited till I was 18, and then I signed my deal with Warner. Um, Things got really finicky because truth is, because this is talk that talk, I'm going to talk the talk
Hmm.
with all love and respect. But the truth is just the truth. I was in a relationship with my producer at the time. Um, that never ends well. Let me just tell people out there right now, it never ends well. The one and
Yeah.
done. And it was just like I was done with that. So that relationship turned sour, and at that point, Warner had bought me outright.
Mm.
So again, it's me against a fucking entire machine. So I didn't know what to do. So now I'm going on 18, 19, going on 20. Find YouTube. I'm bored. I don't know what to do with myself, and they're not doing shit with me. So a lot of people don't realize this. Like,
Talk that
let's,
talk to you.
let's unpack this because a lot of people don't realize this. We went through a lot of shit to be where we got to. Whether my success deems minimal in somebody else's eyes, I know my accolades and what I've done. But a lot of people in this game now don't understand the steps that it takes to get somewhere. I want to be in that girls group, but I knew it was a stepping stone. I knew that I would gain something from this and I could get somewhere, you know, and then so far and so forth, you know what I mean? So yeah, I found YouTube in my idle time, you know, being alone all the time and really not having a family for fucking years at this point, you know. I just started doing covers. And everybody thought I was found on YouTube. That's not what happened. I was already signed to 2 major labels. I was already signed to 2 major labels.
Talk, T.
I was still signed to Warner, but what happened was it made them move. It made them move now. Now, it I don't know what it did to them. I don't know what caused them to, like, I just felt like, you ever feel like you're in a crowd somewhere, you want to get somebody's attention, and you're jumping up and down, and you're like, yo, hey, look at me. Right. Like, I felt like I was doing that for fucking years with no help. So finally, they start getting A&Rs on the project, and I was in the studio constantly. I was in the studio with Mad Scientist, J.R. Rodham, co-stars, Soul Shop and Carlin, wow. A lot of people, and I'm ever so grateful. Chris Hicks then brought me to Atlanta, where I had the meeting with the Corner Boys.
Hello.
Comes into play. Hello. At this point, I was actually signed to a management firm, contrary to what's been kind of circling around. I was actually signed to a management firm when I met the Corner Boys, and I had flown in that day, and I had meant to go in and write with them. But when, obviously, you know, when you go on sessions, producers are going to play their shit that's already done to see if you want to catch something else instead of writing to something else, you know? See if you could these records. And I was always with it. I'm a writer, and I love music. So I'll take records, and I'll write records. I don't care about that shit, you know? So, it was in Atlanta in the middle of the summertime, and we were in this little apartment, and I told my management team, like, I'm jet lagged. I had already done most of the song. At that time, I had not cut the bridge. I didn't cut the bridge at that time. So I said, can I cut it tomorrow before I get on my flight tomorrow night? I'll come in tomorrow morning. I'll finish the bridge. I'll do the ad-libs, and we're done. And it was this big spectacle after that. So after I left there, I met someone that was there that introduced themselves as the Corner Boys manager. At the time, that's what they introduced themselves as. So when I left, months had passed. I put it on my MySpace page, and I knew I wasn't supposed to. I knew I wasn't supposed to. I would never lie about that. I never have. I was never supposed to do that. But I was known for doing that, and my label knew this, is why they were so mad at me. But I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this, because when I came back from Atlanta, I called a meeting. I'm like, okay, we need a meeting on this record, because I think this is it. Single wise, like, for push, for you know, visual, for people to understand who I am, like, this is the record. And they just weren't, it wasn't really like clicking for them. It's like I didn't get this in the room. There was none of it. I was like, am I in the fucking Matrix right now? Like, no way.
Right.
So I put it up on MySpace. It got 1 million plays in 6 months. Then I get a phone call. Woo. I get a phone call from Tom Wally, the chairman of Warner, calling a board meeting. And I go into the meeting, and they ask me, how did I rig my plays? So I said, Tom, you know, we've always had a very respectful relationship, but I don't know how to take that. Because like, contrary to all the smart belief, I'm not tech savvy, you know? I'm not. So
I don't even think you could have done that back then. I don't even think people was on that back then. So, like,
you couldn't.
You couldn't. Like, come on.
You couldn't.
Right.
So
all right.
I did this to make a point, because I told them it was a big record. I didn't push this record. I swear to God, Roth, I just put it up.
Yeah.
And it was like every month I was getting like 100,000. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I never listen to my stuff and think like, oh, I'm listening to me right now. I always think I'm listening to Tynisha Keli. Like there's a difference, you know? It's like I turn on this hat and it's like, oh, okay, I'm listening to the artist right now. It's like, turn it on and off. But after that meeting, that's when they wanted to push the record. But before that, the only way I could keep the record was to make the person that became my manager. And they called me, and at that time, the wife actually called me saying she was the assistant of the manager, and if I didn't take it down, that they were gonna have my page removed. So I said, "Can you have one of them call me, because I don't want to get rid of this record. Like I really don't want to lose this record." And this is where I say I sold my soul for this. This is how much I believed in this record. I had just fired my firm in Atlanta because of the shit that they pulled. Oh, I missed that part. So after I was done with the bridge, there was this whole mess. That was the mess. I had to fire them, and it was a whole big mess. So, in order for me to keep I Wish You Loved Me, because the label would not pay for it, so I couldn't keep it. And I understood that they had to put food on the table. I got that, but I couldn't let the record go.
Right.
I couldn't.
It's fire. I mean, well, you proved it right. You proved it right.
Like, I understand, but I just felt like, please, like, you don't understand what you're taking from me. So it was you put me in this position, you can keep the record. And I did it. So there we were. Fast forward, they never really did much with a push to the I Wish You Loved Me thing. I think it was after I went to radio to promote it. And how it got to radio was not because of the company. It was because a little girl in North Carolina had my song on her iPod. And her dad, who was DJ Bucks, took her iPod to the gym. And my song came on. So he comes home and he says, "Who is this girl that you listening to? Tynisha Keli. I Wish You Loved Me. This song is so great. I need her at the station." So it really technically was from what I had been doing not on purpose, obviously, accidentally.
Wow.
But so I flew out to Connecticut, and not North Carolina, it was Connecticut. I'm sorry. So sorry. So I flew out to Connecticut, and I put I Wish You Loved Me out December 19th, 2007. And my brother was murdered December 21st, 2007. So
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I'm good. But actually got some crazy news today, which is about my brother. But it's always like when it comes to me coming back to the music stuff, it's always some shit that will open that wound over and over again, and it's just crazy. But anyway, so 2 days after that, my brother was murdered, so I had to fly out home. I was here for 9 days. I buried him, and then I went back to LA to finish the Chronicles of TK. After that, I was coerced to leave the label because it would be in my best interest to leave the label and sign with Warner Japan. I can't say it wasn't really the worst thing I did, but I didn't really know I was going to live.
So you were already on Warner, and then they wanted to transition you over to Warner Japan.
They wanted to sign to Warner Japan.
They wanted to sign to Warner Japan. The
The
okay,
company.
the company.
The
Gotcha.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm only not saying names because I'm not about to get into it online. I already know this is going to be a big thing after this, but I honestly don't give a solid fuck. If anybody has been in my position, then you can talk.
Hey.
And I find it just very highly disrespectful that people will come on this internet and try to speak my truth. I don't like that shit. Because
Mm-mm.
you are not in my shoes. You don't know what the fuck has happened. I don't give a fuck. I've lost my brother. Ain't shit in this world that can hurt me worse than that. Nothing.
I hear you.
But taking my passion for music, that shit cut me fucking deep. It did. It definitely fucking did.
Yeah.
Fast forward through all the Japanese shit. So I basically signed to Warner Japan, and by the end of that, I was signed into company, POA, and publishing. Four deals, 4 contracts.
Oh wow. Now
One
how long were you in Japan?
one person, 4 contracts.
Now how long were you in Japan? 'Cause
Um,
and how was that experience? Because I
uh,
know being from Mass to going to Japan like how
I
was that?
don't like because I really will fight you after this. Like
Okay,
I'm a fight.
all right, I'm holding it.
You better not laugh, but I swear to God, I was okay. So I was at the dinner table with my TV manager,
See,
and
don't start laughing because you laughing now. You
listen,
trying to make me laugh.
it's so funny because listen, I'm a grown ass woman at this point. I'm 21, 22, and I ordered something at the dinner table, and I was like, "Can I get the chicken nuggets or whatever, the fried chicken or whatever? I want fried chicken." I'm waiting mad long. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's 14-hour flight there, by the way." So I'm like, I'm so jet lagged. Oh my God, I can't believe how far I am from home. Like I couldn't, I like just the thought of it was making me
Right,
want to fucking scream. So all of a sudden, the girl brings me over my fried chicken, and it looked like fucking little. It was like chicken nuggets, like this big, and the plate was probably about that big.
oh my
I
god.
looked at the girl and I was like, "Oh my God, I want to go
I want to
home."
go. I want to go back to America.
My manager was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No,
Welcome,
I'm
hey,
not
welcome to
okay."
Japan. Welcome to Japan. That was your welcome party right there.
It wasn't even like the culture shock. I think I was just so like, I am really far from home right now. I don't think you
Right.
realize this, Tanisha,
Yeah.
but they helped me. They were really cool. They're so hospitable. They're kind. They taught me about work ethic. I mean, I've never fucking seen people work so hard in my life.
Mm.
And it made me just want to work even harder. I'll tell you, every time I landed a plane and I hit that ground fucking running, I tell you, I hit that ground running. I would run myself to the ground until it was time to go to sleep, and I would KO by the time I hit my hotel.
Yeah.
I would eat during uh radio drops. Like I'd be eating my lunch. I'd swallow and I would do a radio drop. Like
Mm.
that was my breaks. Like I
Mm.
was on go, but their work ethic made me want to continue to do it. Like it just
Yeah. That's
there's a
dope.
whole new world out there, and I'm not talking about the music part because obviously R&B is out here, so we don't say it. We just
Yeah.
gonna leave it at that.
Hello.
But I just had more opportunities out there. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. I'm writing for all these I'm vocal producing these artists that are already big out here. I'll milk it for what it is. I'm at the end of the day, I'm a hustler. I've been
Hello.
a hustler since my motherfucking like left me to the wolves. Like
Mm.
that was my mentality. So I just was like, okay, well, I'll milk the market. There's nothing I can do. Like America isn't catching on because the machine is not pushing it enough out there. And at this
Mm.
point, I wasn't signed to them. I was essentially in Japan. So
Okay.
solid out here.
All
So I
right.
was,
So all right. Well, it's a great time because we midway through. We midway through. So
yeah,
it's already been. Yeah. It's already been some hello moments. Some legend. Some stuff I just learned about you, TK. So I'm like, wow.
I
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know. All right, we gonna talk offline because
didn't
you
know
ain't tell me all that now,
that.
TK.
Egos room.
We gonna talk about that. But anyway, All right, so you leave Japan. Let's talk about how are you feeling? Like, do you feel like, are you like, I've had success, I'm ready to keep going, or are you feeling like maybe, I might want to take a break?
Oh, I'm gonna always keep going.
Hello.
I'm gonna always keep going. It's in my blood. I mean, I was away from it for 10 years, and I can't tell you a time that I was ever happier in reality versus being in music.
Mm.
I don't think I ever can. I mean, I at the time, because I was going through so much, I just wanted to be normal, and I kept saying that I just want to be normal. And I didn't mean it in like I want to wake up every day and go to a 9 to 5. I didn't mean that. I meant like
Mm.
I just want to be normal. I want to think like a normal person. I want to be able to act like a normal person. I just didn't think I was normal. I didn't
Mm.
want to be the singer. I wanted to just be me, like just me for a little while. That's why
Right.
that song is powerful. Be careful what you wish for because you will get it.
Mm.
You will fucking get it.
Gem alert. That's a gem alert.
You will get it. That was for sure. But I'll tell you what. Um, I read the book I Am Second about 4 years ago,
Mm.
and realizing God is always first, no matter what. And when you lose sight of that, your life kind of starts to plummet. I mean, I'm not a specific religion. I'm a spiritualist. I believe there's God. I believe there's gods. I believe the entire multiverse is God, and we are all connected to that. But um,
Talk that talk.
that fucking saved my life for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you going back home now? Did you go back home after you left Japan, or did you go to LA? Where did you head to after?
I went
You
back to
went.
because that's where I lived,
Oh,
and
okay.
um, his wife had my car key, and I lost my house because he didn't pay me the money he was supposed to pay me, and
Mm.
I wound up on my friend's couch, and everything that I had achieved over, I don't know, maybe 12 years of my life
Mm.
was like dwindled down to maybe 3 boxes.
Mm.
That was the epiphany for me. I think that was. I actually had a meeting with Sean Garrett after this. So after the fallout with the management, um, I had a meeting with Sean Garrett, and Sean Garrett actually wanted to take me on as an artist. But again, fuck shit happens. The producers that brought me there, and I'm not gonna name names because they're pretty big producers, but the producers that brought me there were like, well, I'm not gonna give you Sean's number unless you guarantee us 4 songs on the album. And it's like, are y'all serious? Like, is anybody gonna look at me like a fucking person at any point? Like,
Come
it's
on.
a fucking option to be like, yo, good looks on that. Like, let me talk to Sean and see if we can, like, you know what I'm saying? I just at that point I was spent. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
I went and I called my attorney and I said I'm in so many fucking contracts. I was crying my eyes. I'm like I'm in so many contracts. I don't even know how to turn to get out of them. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He had breached so many things during these signings of these contracts. He breached so much stuff that I had no way of rectifying it. No way.
Mm.
The only thing I could do, and this is why everybody asked the fucking question, what happened? I had to walk away and say I wasn't doing music anymore. That was the only way out of those contracts.
Mm.
So there it is, yo. I was
Talk.
gone because I had to say I did not want to make music anymore. I would still be in those contracts. So
Wow.
I had to walk away from music, which was the hardest thing in the fucking world for me. I had just lost my brother a couple years prior to
Right. Right.
it was, and then everything just crashed on me. Everything just crashed on me, and I just became a hermit and just sat in my house and got into a relationship and got comfortable with that and cleaning, cooking, and being a housewife and doing shit. It just I got what I asked for. I was normal,
Mm. Mm.
and I had to go through the fucking fire to be normal, but it's not really what I wanted. So, you know, um, that situation was deaded when he got locked up, and I had a dream about my brother one night, and this is no lie because I would not be here talking to you right now if I did not have this. I was sleeping on my sister's couch. I had nowhere to live, so I was sleeping on my couch, and I had a dream about my brother, and we used to do this when we were younger. We were the only two that could do it. My brother and sister couldn't do it. My older one and my little one. Only me and my middle brother, Taz, could do it. So we used to shake hands that way. We'd go like this, like we were aliens. So I had a dream about him, and we were laying side to side, and we did this, and he put his hand up to me, and we did this, and he was like, Tanisha, I'm okay. You gotta stop doing this to yourself. You have to stop yourself. I'm okay. Tell him I'm so fly where I'm at, and I woke up. That was all he said to me. Okay. And I didn't wake up crying. I just was very still. I just sat up and I was like, wow, like, I think my brothers are right. Like, I think I'm overdoing this, and I'm hurting. I don't think I'm at peace right now because of what I'm doing.
Right.
That got my ass up. I actually met somebody at the time named Don Dustin, and then William Harrison. And he became my manager for a little while I was starting to put records out. Then I had the idea. I wanted to start the company. So I gave him the funds for it, and he said he could get it all done. So boom, he got the Sinai Records started, and I started putting singles out. After I worked with Don Dustin for a little while. I put 2 songs out with Don Dustin, and then after that was Sinai.
And so what time frame is this right now that we talking that, now you putting the records and all that back out?
For the summertime, to be honest with you. I'm really shooting for the summertime because I don't like putting stuff out third quarter.
Hello.
I don't like doing that. So, all right, so I'm kind of on a time crunch, but
it's moving.
I'm really fucking in. But you need to send me that fucking pack.
I got you. Come on, TK, say less. After this is over, I'm gonna send you that pack. But let's get back to it. Hold on, let's get back to it because we done jumped ahead a little bit. All right. So the resurgent, you come back out, you drop projects, you dropping singles. So what's going on after this point now? Like where are you getting offers? Are you just trying to you got your record label going, you putting your own music out? So what's going on at this point now?
I don't know if I probably have offers in my emails. I don't really check them. I'm not sure. That's no shade. I don't know. I'm really not looking to like sign anywhere. I'm not, that's not what I'm doing. But I mean, if somebody wants to merge, I wouldn't mind,
But you're a force. You're a force. I mean, you're a singer. You write your own music. You wrote for so many people. So let me tell you this: with the success of Moni Love, Long, and all these songwriters turned singers.
Girl, Priscilla.
So what is it about what is it about these songwriters that's now turned into they've been singers, of course, but like, why do people just
so you know the
resonate with
tea,
them?
okay, so I'm not spilling nothing out here.
Okay. Hello.
What was the question?
What is it about, when songwriters go into singing, like there's a lot of them, like it's a lot of them that were songwriting and they turned into singers. What is it about them that is different than just regular singers? Like, is it because they write their own material, they can feel it more? Like, what is it? Because you're one,
absolutely.
of course.
That's you answered it. I mean, and I say this all the time. There's some songs that have been placed on certain artists. I won't say because I'm so tired of going against fucking people because I won't shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna come for you, your grandmama, and your dog. So you might want to sit the fuck down. But see, I just got all fucking.
Sorry, my bad.
What was I talking about? Just put me back on real quick.
Songwriters who turn into singers and they're received very well. A lot of people, can resonate with them.
We're writing. I won't say we because I'm a singer, so I won't say we. So what happens is because I've been in sessions with writers that really can't sing, but are
Mm.
fucking incredible at writing.
Mm.
So, I think that's you said exactly what makes it special is that they're the ones they're writing it. Like they're the ones writing it. And this is why it's like I could have placed my everything. I could have placed
Hello.
love. I could have placed wishful
Hello.
thinking. I could have placed so many fucking records on other artists, but it's like, no, this is what I'm going through at the time. I'm putting this out because you know what? My troops want to hear some new shit, so let me just give them that. To be honest, those records are bigger than the motherfuckers that are actually on RIAA. How?
Hello.
So it's because when the writer is writing the record, it comes out differently. It's like, first of all, Priscilla, aka Money Long. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call you Priscilla because I've been loved her since she first came out. She was an artist back in the day, so she's not new to this.
Right.
But there are many things that I think she shouldn't have given away because I know she would have sounded better on it. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion, but you're right.
She's proven it now. She's proven it now that she could have easily gave that to anybody, and it could have been the same.
I told her, I had this conversation with her, and I said, "You are the fucking queen of rebranding. I have never in my life seen somebody come back to where everybody was like, who the fuck is that?"
Right.
Bruh, I was even fucking confused for mad long. Bruh,
and you know her.
I swear to God, dog, I was in a room and Los came in and told me who she really was. And I said, bro, I know you lying, dog. He said, I swear to God.
Wow.
She had me fooled. And I am a fucking super duper fan, especially of her pen game. Her pen is fucking phenomenal.
Crazy.
Phenomenal.
Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Well, now that's why I had to get your take on that because it's a lot of singers acting like they wrote those records, but they really, And I mean, because that was a big thing with a lot of people calling artists out. Because a lot of times the fans don't know. The fans don't know that the artist didn't write that song, or somebody referenced that record before time. So, so.
But I don't understand. Like, is it just the younger generation that just isn't? It has to be. They took analog clocks out of fucking school now, so it has to.
Hello.
It has to be. It don't make no fucking sense to me. What the fuck? You can't read a clock?
You don't know what the hand. You don't know what.
You don't know what the fuck the big hand and the little hand is, and the motherfucking thing between.
Right.
So is it just the younger generation? I'm confused because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I was raised to spank that ass if you disrespect fucking adults. So
Hello.
I come back and I have little motherfuckers that are trying to come up on me talking about I stole this and I did that. Oh no, the fuck out! You might want to open a book or go up and go on Google.
Google's there.
This is why I'm saying I'm doing this album for my troops that have been waiting years, and I'm doing it for myself because I owe it to myself to finish what I set the fuck out to do. And somebody that took it away from me, I got it back now. And now that I have it back, everybody want to come out and come down on Tynisha because I got it back. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care who is around and who isn't around. And I don't mean in my physical space. I mean on Earth. So I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I don't care. Nobody cared when I was getting fucked over. So why should I give a fuck?
That's right.
Why am I the bad guy for that?
You're not the bad guy. You just talking that talk, and that's why we on the Roth Talk podcast right now. So TK, let's tell the truth. What you got coming next? What's going on? Let's talk about it.
The Chronicles of TK Part 2.
Ooh, hello.
I already have Misunderstood Part 2 written. That is actually about my brother who was murdered. I am very big on letting my troops into my world because they were a big part of who I am and how I sustained in the industry. They are a big part of that. So, I have ode to you for the troops. And I don't know. I just want this to, I want this album to really be like the signification of everything that I have been going through for the last 8 years. And I feel like it really is my job as an artist. You know, I've already let them in. So it's my job to let them into what I've gone through for the last decade. Whether they want, you know, whether some people want to hear it or they don't have to, but it's not for them. So essentially I really don't give a fuck, respectfully. But you know, it's not for people, it's for my troops to understand me. It's for me to get it out. You know, I've been through some shit. I was almost killed, shot in the face. Like, yeah, I've been through some shit. Streets, fucking years, keep food on the table. Like, there's a lot to be talked about on this album, and people don't think that I'm that type of bitch or I'm capable of even doing something like that. But people need to understand who I am, and this is why I am finicky about this younger generation, because people need to do their fucking research before they have this preconceived notion about people.
Hello. And Google right there free, and they act like they can't use it. So, you know what I mean? But TK,
I don't even know how to spell fucking Google.
Hey man, listen. Hello. But
And
listen, TK, you are a true inspiration. Like, you done inspired me, because people act like their life's been perfect their whole life, like they never been through nothing, but you keep it so real. And that's why I'm so glad you on here talking that talk right now, because you didn't drop some gems. You inspired me to keep going, me to keep fighting. And I thank you, Queen. I thank you for, sharing and being open on this platform, because man, you touched my spirit today. For real. No cap. So I can't wait.
And come on, I have
You
not.
know I love you, girl.
I would not. I told you I had you.
Yes, for
but I
sure.
appreciate it. It was fun. I like this. We
Oh
should
no,
have.
for sure.
We gotta have
Hey,
more. Just have
you
roast.
need to be my co-host. Liz, you be my co-host on here,
I'm
TK.
with it. Gang,
Hello,
gang, bitch.
hello. Well, I gotta end the show. We getting close. We got a couple more minutes.
I got you,
But
bro.
what what can you give those up and coming singers? Because you didn't even talk about you being a teacher and all that stuff too. So I want to talk about that a little bit. But what can you give these up and coming singers, as who's, of course, they're big fans of you, but they want to sing, they want to get into this industry? What is something that you can tell? I know it's a broad question, but just real
Stop
quick,
industry, first of all. That's
say
what
that
I'm
one more time. Say that one more time, TK.
Stop wanting to get into the industry, first of all.
Hello.
Your first love should be that fucking booth. And that's it. That booth. That's where it starts. That's where it started for me. And I would tell anybody that. I tell my students that as well. That's where your first love comes in. If you tell me why you're here and you say, because I want to be in the industry, I'm hanging up on you. Because that is not your goal. Your goal is to be in, then why don't you go be an A&R then? Or start a company? Like, what? In the industry for real? That's not my goal, is to try to get music out without being in the fucking industry. I'm so confused why the fuck you want in. It's like somebody saying they want to go back to the hood. Where I'm
Hello.
Like, no. So that's my advice. You want to do this? Be hungry. Stay fucking hungry. Never let anybody deter you. You can hear 1,000 no's, but you will hear that one yes that'll change your fucking life. Just hold on. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm only going to say that to the people that are hungry. People that, take this shit as a hobby because you want to be in the industry, that's not for you. That's for the people that are hungry and want to do this shit. And want to change the industry. And they don't want to change the industry. I'm sorry. They want to change music and its proper course of being changed. Music has evolved. That's what music does. It evolves.
Hello.
I want that willing to come into this industry and evolve music in its proper form. Because the shit that's now, I can't say it's all trash, but bro, like, I gotta go back. I gotta dig back to like listen to some shit that I feel, and I can't say that for everybody because there's obviously people like Jasmine Sullivan and her, and there's a lot of people,
Right.
you know,
It's still
I love.
it's some bangers out there. It's some bangers
Right,
out there.
but it's not as saturated as it was before, and
Mm-mm.
it's kind of scary
Yeah, it is. Now a lot of people say it's too many artists and not enough fans. Like everybody's an artist, so
because
this is
every
how.
band believes that they're entitled to kind of dictate like shit. That's why I love my church,
Mm.
'cause they already know ain't shit changed over here.
Hello.
Ain't shit changed over here. The way it was, I don't care if times have changed. Cool, times have changed. I'll adjust to certain things that I have to adjust to. But I ain't changing who the fuck I am. That's what I ain't gonna do. That's not
Come
gonna
on.
happen.
Hey, that's how it look. That's how you know we got to keep it real. That's how we do it. So, all right, I got another question for you. Who are your top five singers? Hello.
Oh my god, why do you do this to me?
Because and you know, I gotta have you sing a little bit before we leave too, if you can. You no pressure though, no
It's
pressure.
too many, but my top five. Oh my god, if I had to say it, quick. Faith Evans, Brandy Norwood, Kimberell, Tank, Wanye. Is that five?
Mm, man, that was fast, but I'll take that. I'll take it.
I thought I was on a five. Like, let me think. But yeah, those would be them.
Okay. Who who are some producers you would like to work with if you had a dream project? Like, just give me a couple producers you would like to work with.
It's weird because the people I would like to work with back then, just because of my
Mm.
experience with them. But I mean, I don't. I mean, I want to work with you. I want to work with
Hello.
I really do want to get back in the studio with 1500. I did some work with them back in the day, but they're still just, oh God, they're just so cold. Still just as cold as they were as the first day.
Hello.
Um, I don't know. I couldn't really tell you who else, honestly. I mean,
Okay.
I had scientists. Me and him still do
Mm.
much, so I would work with him. But production wise, there's really no. I don't
If
have a
you don't have
roster.
anybody.
Not anymore. It's just the people that I'm close to. Like there's this guy Carrie Mellors on Facebook that used to send me tracks all the time, and I used
Hmm.
to read tracks, and he's just some guy. And he's my best kept secret.
Yeah.
But
All right. Okay. Okay.
so I guess yeah, Carrie Mellors. You know what? Let me shout him out.
There
Carrie
you go.
Mellors.
Hello. Shout out. Shout out alert.
Get him on
Okay.
this album because he's dope. But
All right. All right.
like,
Well,
like
TK, we're getting close to the end. So, do you feel like busting? Do you want to sing a little something for us, or I know no pressure now, but
it's
I love your voice like
all pre-
everybody else.
it's
And
a
I know it's all pressure,
whole diamond right here. That was
but
all
you're a
pre-
performer.
a
You're a
whole diamond.
performer.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
So what you got for us?
I got you. I'll hit you with a verse and maybe a
Okay,
hook. I wasn't expecting this, by the way, and I'm
I know.
drinking. Voice a little dry. Something as simple as me hearing your name, hearing your name, puts me in a place that I can't even explain. Said I really didn't know back then, but right now I'm totally sure. Whoa, that I wanna be much more. Ooh, said I never really liked your girlfriends, never really gave them a chance.
Mm.
'Cause I realized that I'm your woman, your one. How can someone make me so sad? But still I only want them to stay, yeah. I wanna say I love you so bad, but I
Hey.
don't wanna scare you away. Yeah. Please, I wish that you'll understand that I wanna be more than just your friend. I wish you loved me. I know you was on the
Woo!
title. I heard it.
Woo! Damn, man. Woo! I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps, TK. Hello.
I fixed the first one,
Hello.
y'all. Sorry. Y'all try to get the little bit.
Man,
But thank you so
man,
much. Y'all.
man,
Thank you.
man, they going crazy in the comments. They going crazy. They hearting. They like it.
Thank you
Fire
guys so much.
signs.
I can't see it. My phone is frozen, but
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
y'all.
They going crazy right now, TK. So thank you again. Thank you again. This has been another episode of the Roth Talk podcast where we talk that talk. This is a great beginning to my season 2. Oh my God. If this is how my season 2
Yes, I
starting
opened your
off,
season too.
you opened my season 2 because oh my God, this was so dope. And we doing a part 2. And I'm adding you to the podcast. I'm just telling you that. I'm adding you to the podcast
I'm
as my
down.
as my special guest. And you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be able to, we're gonna talk that talk with some other
Just
people.
let me
All right,
know. I'll
TK.
get on my phone.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Well, any last words, TK, before we get up out this thing?
Thank you, everybody that's in here. My phone is frozen, so I can't see. But thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, Roth, for having me tonight. You know, it's all love, always, 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 always. And I'll see you on Clubhouse. I mean,
Hello.
the No
Hello.
Egos networking room is like the best room on Clubhouse. I mean,
Let them know, TK. I'm gonna have to record that, put that in there as a drop.
because it's the truth. It's the most non-toxic room on Clubhouse. Just to let y'all know. Go ahead
Hello.
and tune into that.
Hello.
Happen.
Well, thank you again, TK. Again, you are so amazing. I cannot wait to get the cook up records with you. I cannot wait for you, the troops to hear your new records. Man, I know they excited. They going crazy in the comments. Thank you for
Oh,
this.
I love them.
Man, I'm telling you, this has definitely been a great time. I love you, TK. Be safe.
I love
I'm
you
going to
too.
holler at you. And everybody, this has been another Roth Talk podcast where we talk that talk season 2. And I'm going to throw them 2 fingers because we out this thing. So see y'all later. We out.